No, just 5 minutes. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Speaker, I will not be long. But Mr. Speaker, I just want to clarify a few things said. You see, Mr. Speaker, when we come into this honorable house and we are trying to make political points, I just want to put some things on the record that are facts. The primary and secondary school enrollment in St. Lucia from 1996. I want to speak to the Laguerre Combined School. In 1996, there were 99 schools in St. Lucia. Enrollment was 42,630 students. In 2001, there were 100 schools. Enrollment was 40,842. In 2006, there were 99 schools. Enrollment was 36,028. In 2011, there were 99 schools. Enrollment was 31,657. In 2016, there were 97 schools. The enrollment was 27,030. So between 1996 and 2016, the enrollment in schools in the country went down by about 15,000. The Ministry of Education has merged the Castries Combined School and the Monipo Combined School because of the drop in enrollments. The George Charles Secondary School was merged with the John Rodham Secondary School because of low enrollments. Mr. Speaker, I want to deal specifically with primary school enrollment.
Mr. Speaker, on a point of elucidation, I think 32B may allow me that privilege. The honourable member has referenced the merging of Castries and Monipo combined. I wish to advise that there are ongoing consultations with stakeholders and no definitive decision has been made. I'm sure the honourable member is aware of the processes involved in arriving at that ultimate end if the stakeholders deem that that is the preferred outcome. So I'd prefer, honourable member, if you would deselect from that list of schools already merged, Castries and Monipo combined, not being one that is already merged.
Continue, Honourable Leader.
Mr. Speaker, all I was saying, Mr. Speaker, is that and my exact words were, the Ministry of Education is speaking about. That's exactly what I said. So, Madam Speaker, you see, in her haste to make political points, I said the minister is speaking about. That's what I said. Now, I'm not going to be derailed, and I'm going to come back to the point that the schools, there's a decrease in the enrollment of students going to schools in the country, both primary and secondary. And I'm going to speak about primary schools, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm going to talk about schools in District 1. The Debarra Combined School, the capacity is 250. The total enrollment is 50. The surplus capacity is 80% in the Debarra School. In the Babono School, the capacity is 690 students. The total enrollment is 186. There's a 73% excess capacity in the Babono School. In the Laguerre Combined School, the capacity is 300. The total enrollment is 107. There's a 64.3% excess capacity at the Laguerre School. In the Grand Riviere Combined School, the capacity is 420. The total enrollment is 187. There's a 55.5% excess capacity in the Grand Riviere School. In the Grosile Primary School, the capacity is 260. The total enrollment is 174. There's a 51.7% excess capacity at the Grosile School. The Foresters Combined School, the capacity is 250. The total enrollment is 134. There's a 46.4% surplus capacity at the Forester School. At the Borges Combined School, the capacity is 126. There are 68 students. The surplus capacity is 46%. At the Grosile Infant School, there are 210 students. The total enrollment is 133. The surplus capacity is 36.7. At the Moshi Combined School, the capacity is 230. The total enrollment is 205. There's a surplus capacity of 10.9%. At the Balada Combined School, the capacity is 220. There are 197 students there. The surplus capacity is 10.5. And at the Dimperlet Louise School, the capacity is 900. There are 975 students. So that means there are 8.3% students more at the Dimperlet Louise Primary School. So there's a surplus in that there are more places than students in all the schools that I've mentioned. Now, the student enrollment at Lage is 100 students. Fact is, Mr. Speaker, there are 2 schools within 2 miles of that school, the Barbono School and the Borges Combined School. Both of these schools have enrollment below their capacity. So, Madam Speaker, when the member comes to this honorable house and pretends that's a deliberate policy to stop the Lage school, the facts do not speak to that. But I'm going to go further, Madam Speaker. One would expect that the government to try to repair the Castries Comprehensive School, which is in a dire state. But I understand that there may be other plans for the land on which the Castries Comprehensive School is. But that is for another show. Mr. Speaker, I'm speaking about the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. We speak about the physical situation in the Arthur Lewis Community College. I'd like to ask the minister, what's the position with the principal? What's the position with the vice principal, Madam Speaker? Because who is running the college? There's no principal, there's no vice principal. So whereas the buildings are bad, there's no principal and there's no vice principal. Further, I'd like to ask the minister, I'd like to make a point that when this government tries its best to make the people of St. Lucia believe that the Labour Party did nothing, and they are the workers, they are the saviors, they will turn St. Lucia around because the Labour Party did nothing, Madam Speaker. This equip is not a hand-down, but it's a revision of a plan that went to the CDB in November 2015. And they come here and they tell you about it took so long, causing people to believe that this government has any say in the processes at the CDB. You know why they are in a hurry to get things done? Because the procurement processes and the procurement procedures, they do not want to meet them. They want to be able to give contractors who they want, when they want, contracts as to when they want by direct awards. 40 in one day. Further. They also want to dismiss 1,000 nice workers and say that their contracts expired and 90% of them were people who supported the Labour Party. That is the mindset. That's the mindset of the members of this side. A mindset of vindictiveness, a mindset that makes you believe that, I'll tell you what, anything, any policy, so you take a policy where there's surplus capacity in the schools, instead of you meet together and discuss with parents, call in the parliamentary reps, and let's discuss how we are going to deal with the surplus capacity, you come and you say, the Labour Party didn't build it because it was in Lage. So, Madam Speaker, we sit here and we are big and bad and we boast, Madam Speaker, that we are big and bad, we can do whatever you want. All I want to say, all I want to warn all of us in this honorable house, all of us, starting from here and going on. All of us are here on a temporary basis. I've been here for 20 years. You have for 2 years. I've been here for 20 years, 18 years more than you. You no position to tell me about the rights. You no position. I'm here for 20 years.
Honorable Leader of the Opposition.
I'm here for 20 years.
Honorable Leader of the Opposition.
The people of Castries East put me here for 20 years. So,
Honorable Leader of the Opposition.
You're jealous of that?
Honorable Leader of the Opposition. Don't be distracted, sir.
No, man, you see, man, Speaker, you see? Because rookies get in Parliament for 18 months, they believe they can speak to men who have been tested and succeeded. And that's your problem. So you only make the point about you just know that. That's all you know, you just know that. You understand? So, Madam Speaker, when this government makes the point that any policy that has come into being is because the Lepai did nothing. I heard one of them say, "What's your legacy? What's your legacy?" Yes, Madam Speaker. You know that isn't right. That isn't right, Madam Speaker. And the time will come because all of us in this honorable house, the time will come when we have to face the people. And you can be here, you can boast, you can laugh, you can never stop tomorrow you will never stop tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday, the day after is Tuesday. And what's happening to you is time is running out. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Mr. Speaker.